And well, this is a good topic. We talked about this topic last Tuesday because we were talking about politics and about Brazil and a lot of things. It was a good talk, and I was talking to Clara yesterday about our last talk, and I wish we could have more like people with different opinions in here, so we could like have a better discussion or something like that. Maybe to understand what people from different opinion think about things. And feminism is something we should be talking like every week actually here. But yeah, from time to time I bring the topic in different ways. And feminism is the first time in the whole history of TNT. But we had some talks about Women's Day, and like glass ceiling and things like that. So first of all, before we start, do you wanna share what's your point of view on feminism? What do you think, or like what do you understand about feminism?
It's hard when no one's face is
yeah.
There's only me.
Yeah.
Guys, you can say you can speak as well.
You know, I'm giving classes for some Arabic students, and I can't see them.
Oh.
It's like I can't show my face, and I can't see them. And then there was a girl today, and she was like with her video on, and she was like with, though I don't know how to say that, but she was like all covered, and for me it was like kind of shocking, but I knew it, but when you see it, it's really shocking, it's really different. So yeah, it was, when you see people's faces, it's better to talk.
Yeah, that's an invitation for Marcio and for Clara to show their faces.
Actually, I prefer Marcio like this because like
then you can
no, it's not because of like whatever. No, it's because like because of his voice, when there's no like camera on, it like your imagination goes on. So I really think about like Batman. Yeah, sorry.
You know, when you say that, I seem more awesome than I actually am, so thank you.
Yeah, you should buy a Batman mask for the TNT.
I will, of course I will.
Yeah, there's that.
TNT Halloween. No, that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I missed. I didn't remember, but yeah, it happens. Next week. No, next year. next year, not next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Marina, yeah, you're gonna be the first. Sorry.
I see feminism as I'm trying to think as a way of trying to put men and women in the same with the same rights, with the same opportunities, with the same treatment in different situations, respecting the differences, not trying to make them equal, like as if there were no differences. Hi, Clara.
Hello, Clara. Better.
And yeah, much better.
Yeah.
And but what I see is that feminism is a way to make them closer you know, to make men and women have equal opportunities and rights and respect. So I see, the way I see it is it's crucial for our society. It has changed a lot of things in our day-to-day, things that we don't even realize that have been changed by feminism. And I think we have a lot of things to change yet. So it's essential that we have feminism, and it's not about making women better than men, taking men's place, nothing like that, as some people see. You know, it's just a matter of respecting everyone.
Very good explanation. Very good. And you, Marcio, what do you have?
You know, I believe the same thing. You know, there's so much misconception about feminism out there that many people are consuming this kind of agenda, and I'm really worried about it.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I have close friends, people who grew up with me, and they really believe that feminism is a way of women to feel better than men.
Yeah, it's like a misinformation, and yeah, it's so easy. At the same time, it's so complex. Like, if you Google, it's really quick to understand, right?
Oh, but if you Google, it's fake news.
Yeah, but if you get your WhatsApp message, then it's real.
Yes.
Yeah, like that. I'm sorry about that picture from yesterday from that girl, but it was funny because I saw on my father Facebook, and it was like, "This is the Brazil I want," and I was, "No way!" I was like laughing a lot, and I had to share with someone, you know. So that's the reason. Yeah. And you, Clara, what do you understand about feminism? You know, really anxious, or I really want to hear from you. What do you understand about the topic?
No, I really don't want to talk. Like, I'm really almost getting voiceless.
Just really, really quick.
I think I agree with Marina too, because I guess that's the most basic definition of feminism. But I also think that it's simple, but at the same time it's complex, because I don't think that what happens to women happens apart from everything else in society, you know. So I believe everything that happens to women has to do also with race, with class, and everything. So I guess it gets more complex too.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else to say. And actually, I forgot to mention this. I got pain medicine, and I'm still kind of high, so it's really hard for me to talk right now.
Okay.
Because I'm voiceless. But
yeah. Sorry, I'm not gonna ask you to speak that much again. But thank you so much for like being here. And like, if you're really bad, you can rest, and you don't need to be a part of.
No, but it's great. I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay, thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
No problem.
So I have I did a huge research in here, and I got a link from Wikipedia. It was really difficult to find, and I want to really share this and read just to get the record of this for the people who are watching this tonight or any other day. Karin, hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Hello,
Hi,
white cat. I forgot your name. What's your cat's name?
Casper.
Casper,
Sorry,
yeah,
I
Casper.
Yeah.
Casper, great.
Oh no, he doesn't want to talk about feminism.
Yeah. So before, what do you understand? So welcome first. Good evening, and
Thank you.
I know you were watching right on Facebook, the very beginning, wasn't it?
Yes, and I ran to the laptop.
Nice. Just to let everybody know, Karin is a very awesome person, and she lives in Estonia, right?
Yeah.
And she runs a startup for teachers from any kind of subjects in order to help them to work better, to have a better quality of life in like working,
Yes.
so they can focus really on teaching. It's called Tutor ID. That was a good speech.
That was a good pitch.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
very good.
very good. So Karin, what do you understand about feminism in your point of view?
To me, it's just about having the same amount of respect, regardless of your gender. So if you're a girl or boy, that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't be the reason why you were selected or not for a job position or be judged on something. So you're going to hire someone, you hire for how competent that person is, not based on the gender. So to me, that's what feminism is about. To be honest, it's not about not shaving the armpits or some other stuff or some other statements. To me, the view is very simple. It's just the amount of respect you get from people should be the same.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what we have on Wikipedia, and I'm gonna read like the first paragraph. Feminism is a range of political movements, ideologies or ideologies? Ideologies?
Ideology?
Yeah.
Ideologies.
And social movements that share a common goal to define, establish, and achieve political, economic, personal, and social equality of sexes. This includes seeking to establish education and professional opportunities for women that are equal to those for men. So there's like 4 paragraphs talking about where it came from, like just an overview, but it's what we have talked so far. For me, as a man, hello, Luciana, right? You're muted.
Almost, Juliana.
Juliana, yeah, sorry, almost there. Welcome, Juliana. So, for me as a man, feminism is really, really important because as a man, we suffer a lot about this culture or this concept or these preconcepts, if I can say that, about the inequalities between men and women. So I'm a feminist, though I don't talk about that much with friends. And yeah, it's not that I don't have friends, it's just because I don't have the opportunity to talk to them about this. And we have Juju back with a new looking.
Hi guys, I just dropped by to say hi because I'm waiting for my student and I'm missing you guys.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Juju.
Hello.
Juju is me and Juju. We've been talking about women, about glass ceiling, about a lot of things related to women, and this feminism is also one of the topics, and I bring this because I really understand the importance to talk about this, though it's like just in our bubble, like everybody kind of think the same, and I don't have people like hating feminism and with hate speech about feminism. I wish I could have that here. It would be like very nice. And I told Clara yesterday that I want to kind of get into the system where people think different, so I can just seed them with some different views of these topics. Juju, just like really quick, what do you understand about feminism?
Oh my goodness.
Really quick, like feminism is, sorry, I know it's not that easy.
The only thing that could come up to my mind is when you try to find the same rights as man. Because this is something that I don't believe, Never think about it. Yes, maybe this.
Yeah, it's like what we have been talking about, the glass ceiling. It's man, it is in people's mind.
Yeah. Well, no, well, there are so many things that we could talk, but I don't want to be prolix,
Yeah.
Let's think about it.
One thing that I've realized is that some people think feminism is not important anymore because they believe the society is equal already, and we don't have to discuss this topic anymore. So I've seen many people saying that, we don't need feminism anymore. It's not important. It's we don't have differences. So this is one thing that I see, and we have to show that it's not yet unnecessary. We hope it's unnecessary someday, but it's not that day yet. We are not living that day yet.
Yes, because of what we have seen, it's something absurd. What I have seen, girls on, kind of flash naked. This is not feminist. This is what I've seen lately. So that's why, for me, honestly, excuse my language, frankly speaking, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why. Actually, I've always wanted to ask if I could just face one of these women that just go completely naked in the streets. What do they think they're achieving with that? Do they want to shock? Maybe they want to shock, but why do they want to shock this way?
Exactly. For me,
why don't they shock society by having a group of businessmen that just say, I pay the same as I would pay for a man? Could they maybe shock this way? Just having a group of CEOs of whatever company saying that I pay women the same as I pay men? Like, what? Wouldn't that be more effective? Or I don't know. To be honest, I
strongly agree with you.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend, and Julia, remember her, right? Olivia. Yes. And she has a lot of feminist friends, and I've met a couple of them. And what I understand from this, although I don't think it's effective, and it's more like you're giving back hate instead of like solving the problem or solving the real issue. So I think it's more like they are trying to call attention to the topic nowadays, and it's getting the opposite idea. It's like from the general public, they are getting these small events and small movements getting that so big that people are not believing on feminism or the importance of the feminism anymore. though there are a lot of people working and women and movements to make the world better for just both of, or like all the genders. Actually, it's like a politic movement that's sometimes not as effective as if we could do in a different way.
Guys, I have to apologize, but I have to leave because my student is over there.
Okay, so have a good class. Bye bye. See you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Juju. See you.
Hi, Juju. I wanted to say something sincere here that I've always thought of and I talked to a couple of friends about. Women in the past that were relevant, like Marie Curie, that she just was a Nobel Prize winner. She just did her thing. She was just talented. What if we just forget about this whole society thing that women are worth less than men and we just do our things? What if we just don't care, honestly, maybe, about feminism at all, and we just like, I'm just a person and I can be just as bright and I can be just as capable? Because I feel like a lot of women as well, they feel like, oh my God, they have this mindset that because they're women, they're going to not have this opportunity, that might internally, we might be discouraging ourselves to do things because we think that the outcome will be negative. But what if we just face it and we just go for it and we don't? Because I had moments in my life that I was afraid of things and I victimized myself maybe because I was a lady and not a guy. But what if we just forget about it and just, I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
Work?
I get it.
I don't know if I'm making sense. Like, what if we women don't care about it anymore, and just like we empower ourselves and we feel just as strong and we just, I'm paying less. Why?
Yeah.
Why that guy's earning more? Like, try to get answers and try to be like, what's going on? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm making sense.
It does.
But
it doesn't. For me, just I'm gonna ask Juliana, Marina, also Marcio about it, but I don't believe we need to quit one or the other. We can keep talking about feminism and like this inequality and all the disadvantages of being a woman and the sexism related to everybody else, and we could like empower the human being, not just women, because men, they suffer from this as well, like the totally different way, of course. But I truly believe it's important to talk and do other things, and like keep doing, keep empowering, keep embracing the like, this is just for men. Okay, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm a woman and whatever. But since I'm a man, it's really hard to talk about this, and I'm gonna open that for. Let's, Juliana, you were quiet, so let's see what do we have there. You're muted. Do you know how to mute and mute? Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So.
Once I had reading about I don't remember exactly, but it was something about feminist definition. In this definition, it's not a definition. It was a question. Do you feminist? And the questions were, do you believe that women and men must have the same rights? If yes, you're a feminist. The other question, it was something about, do you believe that a woman can do a man's job or something like that? If you believe that, yes, you are feminist. I don't remember exactly the questions, but were simple questions. Simple questions about the life. Simple questions about equality between men and women. And at that time I was thinking about that. Oh, really? Feminist is not a. We don't have to take our bra and put fire in the. We don't need this anymore. But we can be feminist and deal. How can I say that? We can be feminist, but without extremes.
Radicalism.
Without something crazy things. We can believe that men and women are equal. We can believe that men and women can do something equally, and we can believe that. Besides that, we have differences. Between men and women, not only physiologically, but about thinking. The way for thinking is different, but it's not a problem. It's a characteristic, a woman characteristic, a man characteristic.
Yeah, totally agree. Very good. Yeah, I think radicalism in any direction is really bad for like society in general. Like not just about feminism, but about economics, about politics for sure, because we are living that right now. So I want to know from you if you have lived in a situation where you felt like, oh, they are not give me the opportunity, or I don't have the right for this because, like, I don't know how to explain, but just because you are a woman, because you are like a girl, like when you were a child or in your in your teens, if you have lived any situations like this, because as a man, I haven't thought about this topic before I was like 25, 26, I think. So it was like unconscious, really.
I have a story, but it's a recent story. I've never had such problems at school, for instance, either like school, and then university. I haven't noticed or felt strongly as I felt in a professional life. And it was funny how I founded a company and someone was talking to me about the colors of the company, but with my husband, someone was talking about finances with him. I founded a company. Why colors? Why they were talking about colors?
Yeah.
Of course, colors is an important part, and there's a point why you pick the colors that you picked, but
yeah,
I would like to talk about something else as well. It's a business, and yeah.
And like, oh, let's talk about the hard part with your husband, not with you, like something like that.
The serious part.
Yeah.
With the man.
Though I believe the color is really important in a business, and I really love. And I have the sticker from Tutor ID on my computer here. So
nice.
Yeah.
Me too. I don't know if you can see it from. Oh no, you can't.
Yeah.
It's I also have it.
Yeah. And you, Marina, have you ever felt like this before?
I'm trying to think. Yes, I have, but I don't remember any situation right now.
Juliana?
What I see, no, it's not about work, but about living, seeing differences of treatment was, for example, when Clara was a baby. She's 13 years old, years younger than me, and so when she was a baby, she was a child, I was much more in charge of taking care of her than my older brother. We have an older brother. He is 1.5 years older than me. And my mom always asked me to stay at home taking care of Clara while she was at work or doing something else. And she never asked our brother. And I didn't, at that time, I didn't think about feminism. It was not an issue. But I remember arguing with my mom about that. You know, why should I stay at home and not him? You know? And then after many years, I realized it was about feminism. The discussion was about that. And another thing is that my brother, he never learned at home how to cook, how to make things at home, you know. He never had to do anything like that, and he was never taught to do that. And when he got married about 10 years ago, he didn't know how to do anything. He didn't know how to make a rice, you know, a simple thing. And by the other side, I learned how to cook, how to do everything. I helped my mom, and my parents are a very left parents. You know, they are very conscious, but still they raised us with differences. And we can see also in our family, for example, in my dad's family, they are more sexist. So, for example, during Christmas or all the parties with the whole family, all the women worked, and the men were just laid on the couch watching TV or telling, you know, stories. And Clara was the one that raised this issue and started criticizing and questioning, oh, why is this happening? You know, why is all the time all the women are working and the men are resting? What's happening here? And I never realized before she raised the issue. And then we started, you know, making the effort to change the family's habit. It's not the perfect equality, but it's better. And that's because Clara raised the question, you know. So talking about what Juju was brought as an issue, and we kept talking about that. I don't think we need to be extreme. I don't think we need to go with our breasts at the streets or burn anything. I think there was a time it was necessary to raise the issue, to raise awareness, and it was important to burn the underbrush. It was important, but it's not important anymore to be so extreme. But it is important to discuss the issue, to bring awareness, you know. Because if we keep just doing things the same way and not question ourselves, we won't have a change. And I have an example that recently on July, I was at a meeting, and it was a meeting for girls at my buddy's association. And it was a meeting for girls, so there were a lot of girls and 2 boyfriends together with their girlfriends. And then I was offering the girls flowers that were part of the meeting. So I was offering the girls their flowers, and then I made a joke and offered a boyfriend a flower. And then he was going to grab the flower, and I said, no, you don't get a flower. You're a man. And then during the meeting, we were talking about feminism, about women empowerment, and this was the main theme of the meeting. And then I was talking, and I was sexist during the meeting. Guys, I was very sexist, and I didn't realize. And then I offered the flower to the guys, and they got the flower. And it's, if I wasn't talking about women empowerment and the sexist impact over society, I would never realize that was a sexist act. And I'm a feminist, but we are still sexist. Even if we think about that every day, we have very deep habits, sexist habits and mindsets. So it's a matter of talking about that, of thinking about our acts. That's what we have to do.
Yeah, our language, Portuguese, is sexist, right? Yeah, totally. So it comes from that, right?
I really like your example about the flower, not giving the flower to the guy, but like, hey, why not? It's like, it's great. Yeah, here in Spain, like the guys gonna get flowers all the time. By the way, it's like there was a friend of mine had a birthday on Sunday, and like people brought him flowers. They brought flowers to a guy, and it was his birthday, and it's like, it's really cool. Why not? It's beautiful, and it's a present.
I wish I could get one. Yeah.
I'll give you one when we meet next time.
Yeah.
I will give you one too.
Yeah, thanks, Marcel. Just come to São Paulo.
I was thinking about something sorry, I forgot her name.
Juliana?
What's
Karen?
no, yeah, Karen. No, I know Juliana's name. She's my student. So I was thinking about what Karen said about the thing like, what if we just stop thinking about this and just like acted as if we were equal to men? And actually, I think that might work sometimes. Like, I might sound like a very extreme feminist, but I swear it's something very personal, and actually it's not related too much about this issue, but I've chosen not to shave, and because I actually feel a lot of pain, and it became a torture. And as I spent some time not shaving, I noticed like my worst fears, like, oh, I will never date anyone, everyone will think I'm disgusting. This never happened, actually. Like, and actually it was pretty much not the opposite, but I felt great because I would never get called anymore on the streets. And if there's any guy on the bus staring at me, it's fine. I just have to raise my arm, and then he should see my armpit, and then it's completely over, this bullshit, And I actually love it, seriously. But I was thinking about this and remembering a few stories I've heard. I used to work at an office called USP Mulheres from the University of São Paulo. So I had to deal with lots of stories of harassment, and I remember like a few girls from the veterinary medicine. I'm not sure if that's right. And they would tell like they weren't able to finish their graduation without getting harassed, because they had to finish a subject in which they had to go to a place to take care of animals, and then the teacher, the professor would go there and harass them, and if they didn't let him do whatever he wanted, he wouldn't let them pass, and they wouldn't get they wouldn't graduate. Or if they did, if they managed to find a way to not do the subject, he would spread stories about them
Fake
for
news.
other doctors. Yeah, like fake news about them, and they would start not being able to get jobs, And so I think it's really complicated to just not get organized and do anything. I think it's not enough to just act as if it didn't exist. Like it might help, like what I did about my choice of not shaving. It helped, okay, but it didn't solve much. It helped me, but what did it change?
Yeah,
So that's what I was thinking about.
yeah. Well, I don't like to tell my opinion every single time because, like, I want to hear from you. But from my side, I understand this as like as I told before. It's not like you don't need to choose one or another thing. You can do a lot of things at the same time in order to like change the system in a way. So I think it's like if you feel good, you feel free. That's the most important. And then what we need to do is to make people be them. Like they need to be themselves. Like if you want to, like I was thinking about shaving my hair like some months ago, and I was like, oh my god, what are people are gonna tell about that? Or no, now I'm letting it grow, and every time I let my hair grow, people say, oh my god, you need to cut your hair, you need to cut your hair. When I was in a bank and I decided to quit, why are you deciding that you're gonna like give English classes, and you like, what about the money and whatever? So it's all kind of related. So people are trying to make you think you are in a box, like let's put let's get back a subject that I have no idea how to tell about that in English, but about human, what's the name of the subject? Marco Civil, and I don't know, whatever is it called. Like, they want to get people in a box, and like, you need to shave, you need to cut your hair, you need to be like this and like that. So
you need to be a model, a perfect model for a person that the society wants.
That's it. That's why I have been working on personal presentations in English, because I want to get people out and get their inner strengths and what they are, not what they want to have, but what they really are, and to speak out in English. And that's the point. This is empowerment. When you feel you feel good, you feel better when you spread out what you think in a respectful way, in a good way, where you can help others and a lot of other things. So this is something incredible about feminism and about what Clara has just told. But
Marina was talking about his brother and about her brother and about her family. And my family was the same thing. My brother never helped in home. Never. And my father too. My father was just taking some time, just relaxing in the room, and my mother was in the kitchen, always. Always.
Yeah. My mom would have been that woman, but fortunately she wasn't, and she isn't, because every single time my father tries to sit on the couch to watch soccer game, she speaks up and she shouts, "What the fuck are you doing? And I'm doing a lot of things here. Come over, just help me do this and do that." And she gets really mad and really angry, and my father gets upset. And after like a lot of years, I really understood what's going on in here. And then I realized my father wasn't that cool, because she was, "Oh, I help you in the house stuff," or like he's not helping. It's not a matter of help. It's a matter of like, we're living together, so we need to do something. Like, you're not my employee, you're not my maid, or the opposite as well. Like the woman gets a beer and is watching TV, and the partner is doing the cleaning the house or doing the house stuff. That's bad as well. But I think that's very common to happen.
This conversation made me remember something. When I was 14 up to when I was 17, I had my hair on my waist. That was how big my hair was. And I was very skinny. I didn't work out as I do right now, so I was really skinny. And if you saw me from behind, you could believe I was a woman. And many people did. So if I was out on the street, especially at night, people would say things to me, like, what a hot piece of ass. And I would turn around and they would see that I was a man. And there was that awkward silence between me and the person. Like 10 seconds of silence, and then the person just follows through with their lives, and I've got this story to tell.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know how you women, how do you deal with that? But as a man, I don't have any experience about this, like with women staring at me in a sexual way. But I had some about men, like in different situations, like in the gym, like in the changing clothes, or like in a bar, or even in a party, a man passing by and like trying to grab your ass or something. In like, not very often, but I had. So it's not good, really.
Not at all.
Yeah. But that's interesting, Mars, about your hair. I wish I could have a hair like that. Yeah. I wish I could have hair.
I respect my sister so much for her hair. It's really difficult to take care of something like that. It's just like, you have to feed yourself and you have to feed your hair. Basically, you have a baby in your head.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And
bad hair days, I know how they feel. Bad hair days.
Yeah.
They are painful.
Yeah.
Story of my life.
yeah, and one thing that is curious is that when men come and make a move on us, or say something to us, or even staring at us, if we are alone, they are staring at us. And then there comes the boyfriend or the husband, and then they say, "Oh, I'm sorry," it's the husband, or to the boyfriend.
Yeah.
No, as if we were theirs.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't feel like they need to say, "I'm sorry" for us. "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you had a boyfriend. So I'm sorry for you, not for the boyfriend, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
They act as if we were a property.
Yeah, it's like a lot of years of like this situation. It's kind of genetic. I don't know where it comes from.
I think it's society.
Yeah, it comes from generations.
It's a mindset, and we have to change it. We've already changed a lot. I think it's way much better than it was years ago, decades ago. But we still have a lot to change. So we still have to discuss it. We still have to think about that, to reflect on our actions as the same way I did with the flower, you know, because it's inside ourselves. So it's an important issue, and we can change it.
That's it.
It starts with us as women. Like, it's our mindset, and how are we going to raise our children? Because our children will be either men and women, the men of the future. So when actually I mentioned that, what if we treat feminism more like as something given? We women are empowered. It's normal that both men and women wash the dishes. It's normal that both men and women, they make their bed. They both have the same responsibility. So that's actually what I meant when I meant like, what if we don't start by just like, that's just it.
Confronting, I don't know, but you know, not being mad about that, but thinking that it's part of life, you know,
Exactly.
Within our homes and our groups of friends and everything. So
imagine
it's a long-term change, you know. It's not happening in this generation. It's maybe the mothers that we're going to be in this generation. In 20 years from now, we're going to see a whole different society. So if we start changing our mindset as women, then the next generations are going to be
not only as women, but as people, you know, because men need to raise the children as well. It's not only women's responsibility, and men have to, you know, to be there at home and embracing the responsibility together. Not, oh, honey, what do you want me to do now? You know. Okay, you know, have initiative and feeling responsible for the house themselves, and feeling responsible for making the change in the society as well. You know, we all need to change.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But that's what I meant.
I think I got it now.
Yeah.
And my apologies to Clara when I said like feminism to me is not about not shaving, and I apologize for that. I didn't mean no disrespect actually.
Yeah. But
I live in Europe, so that's all I can say. Sorry,
no, it's fine. I got it. But I agree with that, because I think many women feel like you have to do something completely shocking for it to do something, and I don't think so, you know. It's fine, don't worry.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my god, I said exactly that example. It was like the worst possible.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I agree with you.
But but the thing is that I live in Europe, so now it's winter, no one is shaving, so
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, this is not an issue here, by the way. I think this is more a Brazilian thing, that women have to do their nails, they have to do their hairs, their eyebrows. Here in Europe, especially like Nordic countries, nobody does anything. To be honest.
Yeah, I feel that too.
I don't do my nails. Just no one knows here, you know.
I don't care about this.
We don't do our eyebrows. Yeah, they don't care about this. But here, like, it's very normal to be natural, and everybody likes nature and the natural look, and people like go to saunas completely naked, and like swim in the river with a group of friends, men and women. Everybody goes naked. I'm still not at that level yet, but people do this here. So it's just, I'm in this kind of society, so just to give some context.
Yeah. I told my girlfriend this past weekend that she was telling, oh, I don't use makeup, I don't like wear clothes like I don't know how to say that, like luxury clothes, is that correct? Kind of,
Yeah, luxury.
yeah, fancy clothes. And then I told her, I prefer you this way, like natural way, without a makeup, or like being yourself and like being comfortable and being happy with the clothes you wear and the things you are. Like you don't really to do all of that because of me, or just because you need to, because of other women. Just be yourself. And I have been telling the other girlfriends I had, and I prefer. I like some of them. They used to wear to have makeups, and I sometimes when I had the chance, I told, well, I prefer you when you're natural. I kind of can feel you better and see you behind the walls and anything like that.
The layers.
Yeah, the layers, exactly. So, yeah. But this is me. Like, I know it's not everybody.
This is like a lot of men, actually. They
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah, I think real feminism is about being okay with doing whatever you want. You know,
Yeah.
if you don't want to shave, don't shave. If you want to shave, shave.
Yeah.
If you want to put makeup, don't put. If you want to put for yourself, put. You
Yeah.
know? I think this is the real issue, for us to be able to dress the way we want, to do whatever we want, When I was a child and even a teenager, a young woman, I always, all the time, heard people saying, "Oh, you're too." How can I say it? Because I've been always very
like a boy.
Bubbly.
Yeah.
That goes everywhere and that does everything and that has no filter with sexist things. So, I've always been this way, jokes, jokes for men,
Yeah.
So I've been always this way, and all the time I've listened to people saying, many different people saying, "Oh, don't do this. Girls don't do that." Oh, be calm, be at your own place. You shouldn't be so laugh so out loud. You shouldn't speak so loud. You shouldn't say so many dirty words. How come? I say whatever I want, as long as I don't disrespect anyone. I can say whatever I want. I can, go in the trees or anything like that. So I think this is what feminism is about. It's about we teaching our kids and everyone that they can do whatever they want. They can be whatever they want, and they are going to be respected for that, for who they are.
That's it. I want to be an English teacher. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I want to thank you all, Karen, Marina, Marcio, Clara, especially Clara. I really pay attention on like you being here and sick and with all the situation. Thank you so much. But I need to go. But next week we're gonna be back. If you have suggestions for the next topic, I really wanna hear from you, because sometimes I feel like I'm deciding the topics and I don't know actually what you want to talk about. So feel free to add comments in this post or on the Facebook group or with me or inbox or whatever. And Karen, I don't know what time is it there right now.
1:13.
Yeah, so
I look like that, right? I
Yeah.
look 1 in the morning.
I hope you're not working, and I hope you're going to bed. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. It's true, this bilhete.
Yes.
Yeah, how can I
The
say?
person that never sleeps.
Yeah. So
Mm.
thanks a lot. See you next week, and see you around.
Thank you for today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It was nice to hear the different perspectives, and which were basically the same perspectives as women, like what sometimes happened to us. But yeah, it was. We can do it
More often.
together and through the generations, and just
Yeah,
inspiring people around us. Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Have a good night.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye bye. See you.